Climate change is here, but we're running out of time. According to the IPCC's recent report, we have to stay below 1.5 degrees Celsius in order to avoid even more disastrous weather events and an inhospitable future on this planet. Food and water shortages, floods, fires, droughts, mass migration, the list goes on, and it's not a future we can accept. But we're heading in the wrong direction. In fact, we're set to increase by 16% in our emissions between now and 2030. That's the opposite of the 7.5% decrease we needed every single year. Sadly, government is not mobilizing quickly enough. They don't have the speed, the deep climate knowledge, or the financial flexibility. While many nations are moving towards renewable energies, few are addressing the broad range of threats posed by climate change and the degradation we've caused to our natural environment. We need to activate and access the private and corporate wealth that is active and at the ready with on-the-ground deployment and rely on local communities to mobilize. The only people that can make real change on the ground are the people themselves. We need to help them get organized and funded to understand which changes and solutions will be the most powerful to reduce their local emissions. It's hard to believe that we already know how to mitigate and reduce climate change. We have all the solutions and technologies at hand now. What we don't have is a viable plan to scale and fund these solutions on a global basis. In the absence of decisive and aggressive government action, we need local programs to deploy solutions on the ground. And track progress at a macro level, we need to scale climate solutions. And we need to train local populations to deploy these solutions, which are best fit for their local environment, with our guidance and support and a measurement system so that we can understand what's working and what's not. Using a host of global climate action networks to partner with local climate champions, we can deploy highest impact solutions first and work with these champions to gradually introduce a suite of solutions, slowly creating a circular economy and collectively bringing down emissions, creating local happiness and equality. If we access the global community by enabling local champions to deploy climate solutions, piece by piece, we'll assemble the global climate army and we'll start to solve the puzzle of climate change and sustainable life for all humans and nature alike. The global climate army is ready to assemble. People from all around the world are motivated and ready to help, with a number of extensive global networks eagerly awaiting a vehicle through which to enact change. An example of which is Space Hero, a new reality series and our partner who will launch a global recruitment campaign with their space agency partnerships in 60 countries, challenging citizens of the world to develop a local climate action plan, become an Earth hero to win a chance at becoming a space hero and competing on the show for a trip to space. Demonstrate that your solution will draw down equal to or greater than the emissions generated from a trip to space. When you empower and fund a community to make one significant system change, you now have your partnership to jumpstart the local circular economy and are set to launch your suite of climate solutions. Demonstrating success will have a compound effect and results begin to be measurable. A little bit about the genesis of the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence and its founders, Alchemy AI. Alchemy is an artificial intelligence development company dedicated to creating and deploying innovative technology solutions to address climate change. This is a highly experienced and international founding team who are launching and building the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence and the AI-driven climate platform that we call the PI. We're guided and supported by an advisory board with the right set of experience, knowledge, and access to global networks. In addition, a network of partnerships enables us to reach communities in every corner of the globe with climate solutions, development projects, and government access. Alchemy began developing AI-driven solutions to climate change in 2018 with a project with the Indian government to measure and predict the impact of cleanup investments in the Ganges River. We called this tool River Smarts, which is essentially a CapEx-driven decision support and simulation solution. Our second project, called Land Smarts, addresses polluted land. In a global remediation market of 136 billion, that industry needed to find a way to move a lot faster than human engineers were able. So we've been working on an AI-driven automation system with our partner Valgo, a European leader in land remediation solutions, that uses autonomous vehicles to accelerate and scale the process of depollution. Our third solution goes right to the heart of the dilemma: people. Human consumption is the root cause of climate change. The way we eat, move around, go through our daily lives, and the resources necessary to fuel that way of life. So we've teamed up with an ambitious developer of sustainable cities called Key Cities, and their team of partners, including Siemens, Telefonica, and Volkswagen, to develop the sustainability algorithm, a solution called People Smarts that helps find and optimize the sustainable balance between human consumption and the natural resources required to satisfy human daily needs. Alchemy AI will manage the human side of the equation, and a clever new partner called Victoria AI will handle the monitoring of local biodiversity. We instinctively knew each of these solutions would have a significant local impact on human health as well as carbon drawdown. But that doesn't help much at a macro level unless we see them scaled on a global basis. And only with scale will we see their impact on progress towards a more healthy and sustainable planet. New solutions addressing climate change and sustainability are being developed at an increasing rate. We have a wealth of technological and social solutions available. However, these innovations are happening in silos. They need to be shared in an online marketplace to be scaled globally, consistently, and repeatedly based on best practice and best outcomes. And with a system powered by artificial intelligence, each deployment gets smarter and more efficient than the last. This model will scale. We understood that what's missing is a platform or an app store to host and track proven solutions and make them globally available for deployment. We need to share, consolidate, and track what's already working around the world so we can measure, predict, and accelerate progress. A collaborative platform to help us figure out how all of the pieces of the eco-puzzle fit together so we can speed up the path to climate recovery and sustainability. This was the moment that we decided to develop the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence, a new global NGO dedicated to scaling and measuring impact of climate solutions. Introducing the Planetary Intelligence Platform, or as we call it, the PI. It works like an app store for data-driven eco-solutions. The PI measures and predicts the environmental impact of climate solutions and helps us learn what combination of technologies and nature-based solutions has the right impact in specific geographies and local contexts. The PI then recommends these best practices to similar environmental contexts around the world. Now, the key to scaling these solutions is measuring and demonstrating their impact against human quality of life and improvement of the Earth's systems. We're already nearing the tipping points of the planet's natural boundaries. The PI measures macro-environmental impact of collective climate solutions, which helps us understand progress and which solutions are having real impact. But sustainable progress at a planetary level is not possible unless humans are able to meet their resource needs. The UN 17 sustainability goals give us the definitions of success. The PI measures climate solutions against each of these goals. We use an updated version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs as a measurement guideline to ensuring the needs are being met in a sustainable way. All of these guiding principles have been elegantly assembled in one key model, which we use to measure efficiency of climate solutions. It's called the donut economy. This was the exact model that the UN and government negotiators put up on the whiteboard to guide the 2015 Paris Accord discussions, a model that outlines the safe and just space for human existence, which is in balance with the natural world. All of these measurement filters guide the PI's recommendations engine for the right suite of climate solutions at the local level. Every environment and community is different, and it's the people living there who understand what their small piece of the planet needs. So after nearly 4 years of developing AI-driven climate solutions with Alchemy, amassing a coalition of global high-impact partnerships, we are ready to launch the Foundation for Planetary Intelligence and develop an AI-driven platform, the PI, which will enable solutions from all around the world to be hosted, shared, and scaled where they can have the most impact on mitigating and reversing climate change. We have the experience, we have the access to global armies. All we need now is the fuel to power this much needed global intelligence platform and begin to drive progress on the way towards a sustainable future for all. We've done enough research to know what to do to mitigate climate change. We have enough global capital to scale high impact solutions, but there's no time to hesitate. Support the PIE's research and development now and choose the area of the planet you want to see restored. We have common goals. We'll help determine the right mix of solutions that will see that restoration through to a healthy environment and sustainable future for all, people, flora, fauna, and planet.